And we're live on
We are.
the first time on my channel, Tracy Glenn, Kenzie Days' dad, his channel.
I thought you were going to say for the first time in forever.
For the first time in forever.
Forever.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know the rest of that song.
We won't get copyrighted if we sing it.
So how is everybody? We got at least 2 people in watching. Probably one being me. Who knows?
I think the other one's me.
I'm not even watching.
No.
I did get my
notification.
I'm looking at chat. So you're going to get one more person watching, and it's going to be me.
Okay, cool.
That's so 2 towers. I know it's a little bit of a gamble coming on my channel because it's such a small channel, but you know, it is what it is. People want to come, they come. If not, we do have Bill from Magic and the Mouse TV here. Hello, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
So, 2 towers.
Lots of
We
questions.
are now into the 2 towers.
Jeff has lots of questions.
Now, does Jeff have a lot of questions, or does Angela have a lot of questions?
I do.
All right, so here's my thing. Let me tell you guys about what's going on here. I saw 1, 2, and 3 in a very close together. So they all kind of blend together a little bit. So it's hard to know like when one stops. The third one is really fresh in my mind right now. But as soon as we start talking about the second one, I'll start remembering it again. So
yeah,
I don't have right now, but I will once we get the conversation going.
I only remember what happens in the first movie specifically solely because I know it's the beginning of the Fellowship and the breaking of the Fellowship. And that's all I remember from, like, I can distinguish that as what happens in the first movie. The second, the last 2 movies, they kind of just meld together for me.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. I was feeling that way, and I thought it was just because I was kind of, you know.
It happens to
the best of us.
The best of us, yes.
Two Towers is my favorite one of them.
Is it?
So, yeah, I like it the most.
So why is that, Russ?
I'm a big fan of Treebeard. I'm a big fan of the Helm's Deep stuff. I mean, it just, that's probably my favorite parts. So
okay, so Treebeard, are those big trees? Because I thought they were in the third one.
They were in the second one. So did they do Treebeard in the movies like they would have done? Is it comparable to the book?
In the book, Treebeard is way slower.
Right.
What do you mean way slower? You just watch.
It takes like a day to get a conversation.
Oh, really? Okay.
Truthfully, the Ents and the tree herders of from Treebeard, you're talking that takes. They're not a fast paced entity.
Very slow.
Yeah.
Very slow. So like when he says we just got done saying good morning, literally in the book it would take even longer before they even decide to choose to whether or not they go into war. And true as in the movie, in the book, they don't want to go to war until they see the destruction of Fangorn Forest.
Right.
And I have to say that scene where Treebeard sees the destruction, that makes me very emotional.
Yeah.
Like when he realizes and then they decide to, attack and they're fighting for vengeance and he's like, Saruman should know better.
Right.
Than to make the
wizard should
mad.
Know better. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that makes me very emotional, and I really love when they go to their own war, and they destroy everything. Like that is so amazing to me.
Why was he bringing down that forest? Was he doing it to make those other creatures?
All right. Well, here's the thing: when you're dealing with the symbolism of that, it's basically industrial against nature.
Okay.
Isengard was full of forest you know, when the first time you see Isengard, you see Gandalf coming in with the horse.
Uh-huh.
So when he starts creating the Uruk-hai and starting creating weapons, what did he do? What industrialists do? Tear down nature.
Right.
They run out of natural nature in Isengard. They move to the Fangorn forest, dam the river, start burning the trees. So here you have it's a symbolism. I think the way it looks like is the symbolism of what industrialism has done to the nature of our own planet.
Okay, but he's doing that.
Does that make sense?
He's doing that to create those creatures. He's not just making it, burning it down just for the sake of burning it down, right?
No,
Well,
he has a reason.
You need fuel for the weapons. You have to stoke the fires.
Oh, okay.
So he's building his army. Of the
Okay.
Uruk-hai.
Yeah, so what are those things like come out of the ground or something? Like how are they're coming out of those trees? Like
Those things.
what are those things?
Uruk-hai.
Those ugly
Yeah,
army,
the Uruk-hai.
those distorted looking army guy things.
Uruk-hai.
Uruk-hai, yes. They're very different from orcs in the way that
Uruk-hai, yes.
orcs only come out during the nighttime, but Uruk-hai can come out during the day.
Oh, so they're two different people? I thought they were all the same. Okay.
Well,
Uruk-hai are like an advanced orc.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if I'm thinking right, weren't the Uruk-hai like distorted elf type things? No?
Hi, Zip!
Okay.
Yes.
What's up, Zip?
Hey, Zip.
Hey, Zip. Happy
I
birthday.
love
Happy birthday.
yes, happy birthday, Zip.
Happy birthday.
What's up, Noah?
Hey, Noah.
I know.
Hi, Noah. Happy birthday,
I
Zip.
love how they just started picking up this nickname and it's there. And even
T
my
Money.
daughter and my wife pretty much says it should be T No Money.
Tino money.
Is that
Pretty
you
accurate.
making money?
Jeff has a question.
Go for it, Jeff.
Okay. So the trees, when they attack the tower, is that the end of the White Wizard?
No. If you're watching the theater version, that's the last you see of Sauron the White.
Right. That's why
If you watch the extended versions, Sauron the White does not die until the beginning of the first act in the extended edition. In the book, Saruman doesn't die until the Rune of the Shire, and when the hobbits take the Shire back. So, watching it three different ways, what Peter Jackson did was pretty much kill Saruman in the third movie, but in the book, Tolkien doesn't kill him off until the last bit of the last book.
Which hobbit kills him?
Oh, I don't. I think the same person. I mean, it's been a while since I read the book, but I think it's the same way he dies in the movie. Even in the movie, it's Rima Wormtongue
Ringworm.
who actually.
Grima Wormtongue.
Yeah.
Worm. You
Grima
keep calling
Worm-
him
yeah.
Wormtail, as in Harry Potter, and that is wrong.
Oh, who does that? Who does that?
You.
Me.
I was just wondering because you don't see him you don't see him after the second movie. At least
In the book, Wormtongue slashes his throat in the Shire at the end of the War of the Ring.
Oh.
Correct.
Hi, Tori.
I'm just-
Hashtag Google.
in the movie.
In the movie, if you watch the extended version,
I have to go get something.
Grima actually causes Sauron to fall off the Isengard Tower and be impaled on one of the apparatus in the in Isengard's fields. And in the extended edition, what you get out of that is how they end up with a Palantheon, the ball, the communication ball.
It's kind of like a crystal ball.
Right. You see it in the first movie when Gandalf covers the Palanthea stone. It's a communication stone. They had the before it was one of them they were corrupted. One of them would be at Isengard. One would be at the Gundor. The other one would be in Minas Tirith.
Minas Tirith. One would be in Rohan.
Yes.
You're a little laggy, like a little fuzzy, but I was just wondering.
I'm plugged in.
Okay.
Ooh.
We got some.
We still have some too. So those seeing stones or the communication stones. Once Minas Tirith, it was a Minas Tirith was the twin city to right. Minas Morgul. Minas Morgul is the twin city to Minas Tirith. And once Minas Morgul was taken over by the orcs and Sauron, those stones became dangerous to possess. That that glass stone that in the third movie, once Pippin touched it,
Yeah.
he actually picks up in the beginning of the third movie in the extended edition. Oh, see, I haven't watched the third movie in a while, and man, this is still coming back to me. No wonder why Billy says I can't remember. And Billy tells me all the time, you can't remember what to pick up from the grocery store, and
But
yet
you can
I can
remember
still remember
everything.
something from a movie.
So this ringworm guy that you're talking about, is he even in the movie?
Wormtongue.
Rima Wormtongue. He's in the second movie.
He's in the second movie?
Yes.
Yes, he is the counselor. He is the counselor to the King of Rohan. Remember when you first see the King of Rohan?
Oh, that guy.
He's
That guy. Okay, all right.
the guy.
Jeff's on track now.
The guy. What's that?
Is he a
Jeff's
hot?
on
Jeff's on
track
track.
now.
He's not a hot.
No, he is a
No.
He's a member of the Kingdom of Rohan. He's a
He's the
counselor.
advisor to the king, pretty much.
He was a guy
Yeah.
whispering into the king's ear to keep him into that.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
He looked a
that's
little
the
bit
guy.
He looked like the
Don't
guy
say
from.
it. Don't
Did you
say
guys watch?
Don't say
What was that called?
Don't.
What?
Just let it
It
go.
was a show on ABC that was like Once Upon a Time. Did you guys watch?
Yes. Oh my gosh, Mom and I love that show.
No! More geek stuff. He reminded
like
me of
our-
Skin a little bit. Rumple? Did he remind you of Rumple?
Yeah, Mom and I were just talking about once today. That is
way.
so funny. I'll have to talk to you off stream about this.
Off
Oh
Screen
my god.
Girlfriend. I loved that show.
Oh,
He reminded me of Rumple. Still skin a little bit.
he's a little like Rumple. The way that he acts.
Yes, yes. Okay, I got it now.
I'm freaking out now. Oh
I
my
feel
god.
bad for Bill from Magic and the Mouse TV. You have to watch it. It's an interesting movie, and you got to have a lot of time. I think you're retired now, Bill, so you can take some time, introduce those grandkids of yours to, once this whole freaky world comes back to normal, sit the kids down, introduce them to some nice token Lord of the Rings.
I didn't watch
Those
it either.
grandkids.
And why hasn't somebody taken that and made an like, I guess no one owns it. It's owned separately, but you would think you could do something with that series, don't you? Or no? It's not as
The Tolkiens won't let it happen.
What's that?
The
There
Tolkiens
is
won't let it
there is
happen.
a rumor. There is a huge rumor. There's a huge rumor that Universal has purchased rights to use Lord of the Rings and Middle Earth in the upcoming new theme park Epic Universe.
Oh boy, we'll see.
Yeah.
A rumor consistent since before the announcement of Epic Universe. And so there has been rumors that they have purchased rights, and one of the sections of the new park will be completely themed in Middle Earth. And that's all that's been said. They don't know if it's going to be something like the Shire or if it's going to be like all of it. But there is that, and it's been a steady rumor and from pretty valid sources. So I'm pretty excited to see what comes of that.
Wow, that would be crazy, huh?
Hi, Amy.
Hey, Amy.
I would
Hey,
probably
Amy
sit down
for
and cry.
ATC
Hey, Pam.
Magic.
Hi, Pam.
Hi, Pam Sam.
Wow.
I'm thinking if it was scheduled to open in 2023, it's probably 2024 now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, look. I like Pam's new logo.
That is
Mhm.
nice.
Where?
It's one
She's
of
got
her
Joey.
See
drawings.
it?
It's her drawing of
You
Joey.
highlight it. The
Oh,
drawing
okay.
of Joey.
Look at
It
that.
was for World Autism Day a few days ago, and that is her drawing of Joey. What you can't see, it's got ears on the top, and it's got little puzzle piece drawing because the logo or the symbol for autism is a puzzle piece. And so if
Yeah.
go to her Facebook, you can see an actual full drawing of it.
Cool.
We got Amy in the chat. Hello, Amy. Always nice to
Welcome.
see from
Can I
her.
ask another question before we?
Move on.
The one that I asked the first week we were discussing, but you said we can't ask that till the second. We discussed the second one.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, the wizard, Gandalf.
Gandalf.
You got me saying
Gandalf.
Gandalf goes with that dragon thing. Blah blah blah. He comes back when they meet Treebeard, right?
Yes.
That's
Right.
correct.
Didn't know who he was. How come why was he Gandalf the White instead of Gandalf the Gray? How did that? What? I don't understand.
Okay. So, Gandalf the Grey, when the gods of Middle Earth sent the wizards to Middle Earth, they didn't make him as powerful as Sauron as Sauron, or they weren't as powerful as Sauron. They had an order: Sauron the White, Gandalf the Grey, Radagast the
Radagast the
Brown,
Brown.
and then you had the two blue wizards, which aren't really talked about.
Right.
Sauron the White was the leader of the Wizard Council. So when Gandalf the Grey dies, and the gods of Middle Earth find it to send back Gandalf the White to replace and pretty much take the place of Saruman the White, because Saruman the White was no longer Saruman the White. Saruman the White was now Saruman the Colorful,
The
whatever it was. He wasn't right. He was the Saruman the Black. In the books, he has the colors start to. It's not.
Change on
If
his
you've
robe.
noticed, yeah. If you noticed in the movies, Saruman's white robes become dirtier and dirtier, where then you see Gandalf come back and that is in full gray or full white.
So there always has to be a white wizard.
Yeah, it's like a chain of command for the army. There's always somebody at the top, and then it's a chain of command. Like you answer to somebody on your job, who answers to somebody else, who answers to somebody else. So if the top person here gets in trouble and gets fired, somebody has to be promoted to take that spot, and then everybody else moves up. It's the same theory. Sorry,
It's like at my.
he
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Tracy,
Oh.
serious.
Oh, am I back?
Yeah,
you're
what
back.
happened?
I don't know. Like at my house, the leader or the person in charge is Billy.
And then it's the dog.
Then it's the dog.
And then it's me.
Then it's Kenzie.
And
Then
then
it's
it's
the cat.
the cat.
And then it's
and then
me.
Yeah.
That's quite a pecking order you have there.
That's our order.
But as of today, the cat fell below me because the cat attacked Bill.
Yeah. He's a jerk. He's been hiding out. He's not in my room right now, but he hid out in my room all morning because he knows Mom is mad.
What happened?
He attacked her this morning.
Bit her and then attacked her.
Really?
For no reason. I mean, he does it all the time. He just hadn't done it in a while, so it was a little surprising.
Was it like a playful attack, or was it like
No, no.
No, it's never playful.
No,
He's a jerk.
really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So later in the
But-
day when we're totally getting off topic, but this is cool because this is what happens in our house at times.
What's happening in our house?
So she reached up and she had a little bit of dry blood from where he had bit her. So she's telling Mackenzie, she's telling Kenzie and me this morning, or Kenzie and I, And what do Kenzie and I?
I
What do
went
we
out-
do?
There's
There's
blood
blood
on
on
her
the
forehead.
side.
That
Like,
actually bit her
that's what we
head.
do.
The cat,
Liver lip. Huh?
the cat bit her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Really?
decided to sing along to Big Al.
Wow. Bad cat. Bad cat.
All right. So back on topic.
But so Jeff, I don't blame you for not understanding that because I still kind of don't understand. Like Dad's explained it to me a few times, but it's a little difficult.
But did he know who Merry and Pippin were when he saw them?
Yeah. Hold on. Lena, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, hey Tracy, just FYI, StreamYard itself for whoever is hosting is having massive issues today. It kicked me out and actually ended the stream for me earlier. So just FYI.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna see how this works.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
a heads
So
up.
yeah. So Saruman. All right. If you noticed, once he knew who Merry and Pippin was, that's Saruman or Gandalf the White sent him with those two with Treebeard to be protected. In the movie, when you first time you see Gandalf the White, if you listen to it, they took and mixed Christopher Lee's voice and Ian McKellen's voices together. So if you listen to it, you can hear both of those two voices mixtured. So it gave the voice, the audience, a not idea, like they didn't know for sure who the White Wizard was going to be.
Really? Oh, I totally missed that.
Yep.
But that's not a surprise.
Yep. It's when the bright it's the that trying to like cover their eyes. You can hear kind of that distorted voice a little bit.
Okay. Lena, you're cutting it
It's
out.
it's very, very
Yeah, your audio is kind of lagging, but there's not really much we can do about it.
Yeah.
Right.
We're getting the gist of what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh,
Did she just drop?
Well, she's been having trouble all day. So
Okay, so when they said Gandalf, like if he's a totally new wizard, Gandalf the White, how does he know all this stuff's going on? Like
Because he still didn't lose those experiences.
Yeah, he still has those memories, but he is a different person now.
he's been
But
promoted.
but
He's been promoted, basically, right?
Right.
right.
So
But
he
he still has
remembers. He remembers Merry and Pippin. He remembers what's going on with Frodo and Sam and
he didn't
Aragorn.
know his name.
Huh?
He
Well,
didn't-
see, what's not covered in the book, but what's covered in the movie, what's not said in the movies, but what's covered in the book. Gandalf the White comes out of the mines of Mordor or out of those hills, and he ends up in Galadriel's. Rush, you probably know Galadriel's home. What's the name of her elf village?
Oh, okay.
If you noticed, Gandalf comes out with nothing on into Galadriel's elvish forest world. Galadriel supplies him with the white robes
Mm.
because he's actually wearing one of the Lothlorien, right? I think this the
Yeah,
leaves of
Lothlorien. That's what it is, yeah. Couldn't think
Lothlorien.
of it either.
Mhm.
You all right? We're good.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get popcorn. I gotta have
Ooh.
popcorn for this. It's like being at the movies.
So he comes out. Galadriel gives him his white robes, and she also gives him one of those traveling cloaks that actually, when you see it, the first time you see the magic of the traveling cloaks is when Merry and Pippin are in front of the Black Gate, and when they go to cover themselves, and then you see the two wild men from the west.
Sam and Frodo.
Yeah,
are in
Sam
front
and
of the
Frodo.
Black
What did I
Gate.
say?
You said Merry and Pippin.
From the outside, it looks like a rock, but that cloak that they give, that Galadriel gives them to all of the traveling pack, it actually protects them and adapts and almost gives them like automatic camouflage. Because the first time you see Gandalf, he's in the white robes and the white cloak, right? when they go to the Edoras, the town or the capital of Rohan, that cloak makes him gray. Because when he comes in front of the king, he has to hide the fact that he's Gandalf the White. Because if the king of Rohan had seen, which would have been Sauron, had seen that Gandalf is no longer Gandalf the Grey, he's Gandalf the White, it would have been a lot different. He got all the way to the king of Rohan to expel Sauron from him because he was still covered in gray. And that's if it was still Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the Grey could not have expelled Sauron the White from the king of Rohan because he wouldn't have been at that same level. So when he showed that he was Gandalf the White, Sauron knew now he was replaced, and now the things have totally changed in the perspective of that movie.
So you know what we need to do? We need to watch this together, and we need to keep pausing it, and then you tell me what's
Explaining it, yeah.
and then it goes a little bit more. So this is the part
That would
where
be like a 12-hour thing.
I was gonna say that'd take a week.
Exactly. But
I want to say welcome
that's very confusing if you're just watching the movie.
yes,
into
You don't have any
backstory.
backstory to the whole concept of Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White.
Hi, Carlos.
Carlos, Disney World freak. Welcome in, buddy.
Hey,
Welcome to the stream.
Talking to a bunch of nerds talking about
Lord of the
nerds /
Rings.
geeks. Lord of the Rings.
So I think right now I'm gonna. Russ said that he went into his attic and got some of the props.
Yeah.
I did.
You should.
You have
should
props.
totally show those on
You want to
stream.
see? You want to see? Okay.
These are actually movie used props, right?
They're not movie used. They are from the movie studio.
Cool.
Nice.
So
Oh, gosh,
wait,
look at
Tracy, do you want to present him? Do you know how to do that?
Yep.
Do you know how to do it? No, you don't.
Here he is.
There we go.
There we go.
that. And just kick them out.
So the first thing I've got here is Gimli's axe.
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
I
That is
called
the
dibs.
coolest thing ever. Oh,
Dibs. Sorry, dibs.
that is the
Um,
coolest thing I've ever seen.
This is a one of the safe weapons. It's made like of resin, so it's hard, but it's not metal. So you're not gonna cut yourself with it. But yeah, this is Gimli's axe, and this was used as a one of the I guess replacement props or whatever for if they needed it. But yeah,
That is so cool.
so that's that one. So
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my gosh.
then I have an elvish
Oh
sword,
my. That is so beautiful.
and it has I don't know if you can see with
Oh
the glare,
my! Oh
but it's got
my!
the elvish down the blade, and it's the curved. It's very much reminiscent of a like a Japanese katana,
Yeah, that's what I thought when you first picked it up.
and it actually, I mean, it's a good weight, but this would have been one of the prop weapons for like the elves in one of the battles. So and
That looks like probably one of the first the first battle for Middle Earth.
right, that's what I would think. But yeah,
Is that real metal?
it's this is real metal.
Wow.
It is not sharp, but it does have a faux edge on it. So
Wow.
so
Crazy.
and then probably my favorite one that I have is Narsil.
Wow. Present him
This is-
again.
This is the
I'm
ring
going,
that,
I'm getting
or
there.
this is the sword that cut the ring from
Yeah.
Sauron's finger,
Yeah.
and before it gets broken, it's very, very, very long and very, very, very heavy.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I love this one. So, like right now, it's almost touching the ceiling with me holding it up. So,
How much does that weigh?
what's that?
About how much does that weigh? About,
Probably about 3 pounds, maybe.
oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's of course, it's heavier at the hilt, but it's meant to be because it's a two-handed sword.
Right.
Oh, that's. I'm
Um,
so jealous.
but yeah. And then I also have from the swordsmith, and actually from the so we used to live there, and one of the craftsmen made a wooden shield for me
Oh, look
with
at that.
Wow.
with my this is our coat of arms for the Stapletons.
Oh,
It's
That's cool.
it's made of kauri wood, which is the native New Zealand wood, and he made it so that it would hang on the wall, and it has brackets for a sword that he custom made.
wow. Now,
For
Russ,
me.
you could have told me that was in the movie, and I would have said, "Wow, that's really cool."
Well, it came from the same shop that made the stuff. So,
Okay.
Wow.
but then I have a sword that he also custom made just for me.
Dad, why do you keep unpresenting him? He's showing us cool stuff. That is so cool.
So this one is made just for me. This is perfectly for me, and it actually is sharp. It's a real sword.
Wow.
And it has on the pommel. It has also our coat of arms on it for me.
That's amazing.
And so
Pretty
yeah, this
sweet.
came from the weapon shop. So yeah, so I'm
That
pretty
is-
proud of this one. So
that
and
is
then
like-
like I say, it'll hang on my shield.
That is crazy.
That is like the
Super
geekiest
cool.
thing I've ever seen. Like that, like I aspire to reach that level of geekness.
Hey, anybody else in chat have a sword?
It's all about who you know, and I've got a whole
My
bunch of
friend
swords.
bought a katana, but it's not cool. It's like that big.
That's
I've
a
got a whole bunch
really
of.
small katana.
I have
So I don't
several
know
more
what
swords,
happened.
but yeah.
I don't know what happened, but Lena put in the chat that she said have
Yeah.
a great stream, and later I don't know what's going on. I did message her to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
So guys in chat, I don't know what happened.
I don't think she can
as
get
soon as
back.
she gets back-
I don't think she can get. She's been having trouble. She had trouble on her stream earlier too.
Hi, Stacy.
Well, welcome, Stacy
And then-
Rogers.
Then I also got out my ultimate weapon here. So. My lightsaber, so.
I want a lightsaber so bad.
Stacy Rogers, the mod of all streams, is in the house.
Hey, Stacy.
Um,
Wow.
Yeah. Russ, what,
we
I want a
were
lightsaber so bad.
we were totally going to
We were
get
going
a
to
lightsaber.
Savi's in April. What this trip that got canceled for April? We were supposed to go to Savi's and
Zach-
get lightsabers.
Zach wants to build one too, so that way he can actually use it rather than using
The foam sword, yeah.
for his lightsaber battle.
yeah,
So
this-
we rescheduled it for July.
That's Zach's lightsaber. Yeah, that's
So
our.
you'll still get to go.
Yeah.
hey, Mark.
Hi, surfer girls in the house. Hi, surfer girl. Strong up.
Hey,
Keep it
surfer
going.
girl.
Stacey said she wants to build a droid. I feel like the lightsabers are cooler than the droids, personally. Like, I don't think I'd want to build a droid.
You're building
Well,
Just you build R2D2. Don't build a BB-8 one.
I'm
Yeah,
currently in.
I've heard the
Magic
BB-8
Kingdom.
one like gets like thrown off balance-wise a lot.
So I'm gonna hop a bus, head over to Hollywood because I'm here. Joking.
My.
I can always dream.
Yeah, we're all
This is a
dreaming
nice
right now.
background. This
It
is a
looks
nice
like the
background.
lights are on.
Yeah,
That's what is
yeah.
so cool about it.
That's what I'm
Lights are on,
amazing
but
about
there's
it.
nobody home.
It looks like the lights are actually.
I agree with Stacy. I would use the droid more than the lightsaber too. I like R2D2. He's cute.
Our kids have used the droids maybe once.
I want to stab my friends. That's why. Like I
Oh,
want to.
what?
Like, I want to stab.
Did you
my
just
friends
say?
with
Did
lightsabers.
you just say you're going to stab your friends? Russ, do not give this girl a weapon.
No,
I know
because
I'm
my
not going to
friends.
give her a weapon.
Because my friend has a lightsaber, so him
No
and I are gonna
one's
battle.
You. You
And I'm gonna
can't
stab him
use
with
those
it.
lightsabers that- Those are not battling ones. Oh my goodness. She's gonna spend $200 and go and have a lightsaber battle and break it.
Yeah.
Hi, Stevie.
Hey, Stevie Lee.
Stevie Lee, what's going on?
Stream canceled. Oh. So
Oh,
one of these streams for Geek and Nerd Talk, we're going to bring our droids. We have R2 and BB-8,
Nice.
so we can show you guys.
Did you do your push-up today, Tracy?
no.
Uh-oh.
Kenzie,
What?
make sure he does his push-ups.
Why is he doing push-ups?
We're doing 100 push-ups a day. It's a 100 push-up a day challenge.
Dad, when did that start?
Yesterday.
I told
Did you
Jeff that I
do
would
them
do it.
yesterday?
No, I was going to start today. Fresh.
200. Wow.
Wait, who decided this?
I just decided myself. I didn't
That's
say
what
you
you
were doing
said.
push-ups.
Tracy said,
If
I'll
I-
do
I
it.
said I was doing it. He said, count me
Hi,
in.
Stevie Lee.
If I would have volunteered you, Kens, that would have been a bad idea. But I volunteered myself. I could
At
do
least
100
I've been
push-ups.
exercising regularly every day. I
Yeah.
have been. I missed yesterday, but that's because I had a migraine. But every other day for like the past week, I've been exercising. Hello, Jasmine. Wait, Jasmine, come back. Jasmine, no.
Oh, no.
Is he looking
So
for
for
She
girl-
walked in my room for 2 seconds and left me.
So the background is something that we bought for Kenzie's birthday. The whole studio setup is for Kenzie's birthday. I am
But I
actually
let
in.
him use it today because it's on his stream. I'm gonna go get my dog.
Okay. So all right. So Saruman the White is now taken over for Saruman the White is now replaced by Gandalf the White. Gandalf now finds out what's going on. He's now in charge. Treebeard takes the hobbits to the White Wizard. They think of Saruman. It's actually Gandalf. Now the three that are going after the I can't take you serious like that.
What? I got a puppy. I got a puppy. She's so cute. You can barely see her.
Gandalf comes back as Gandalf the White. There's still
Okay.
Saruman the White, too, though, right?
But he's no longer Saruman the White. He's just Saruman.
The gray? No.
He's just Saruman.
This Saruman.
Oh,
What happened to Russ?
Oh, we lost Russ. Oh, Jasmine.
and then there were three.
Oh. She said hello.
Oh, so
She's got her hand on my shoulder.
yeah, so Saruman comes back in, or
Back.
so the whole idea is the gods sent Gandalf back to Middle Earth because they need Sauron to be defeated. So in the Two Towers, you get sidetracked with the fight of the Battle of Helm's Deep.
Right.
In the movie, the elves come to Helm's Deep. In the book,
They
there
don't.
are no elves in Helm's Deep.
I personally like it better with the elves in Helm's Deep.
So
That's just my personal thing.
how do they survive in the book?
They exactly
no.
the same way they fight. They fight and they win.
Yeah, they just bite.
When Gandalf comes back with the Rohan that was expelled because the king was under the influence of Rima, they were expelled. Gandalf brings that horse lords back, and they save the day at Helm's Deep, just like in the movie. That the Rohirrim, which is the cavalry, is the saviors of Helm's Deep, just like in the movies. So when I was watching this, Ken's was asking me, what's the importance of the Rohan and the Rohirrim? And just like in any army, the Rohan and the Rohirrim is the cavalry of this world. You have, in the future, in the next movie, when we get to the next movie, that big battle, you have to have a cavalry, and that is what Rohirrim is. The Rohirrim, the men of Rohan, the horse lords of Rohan, are the cavalry of the armies of Middle Earth. Correct? Am I wrong? Maybe Russ? Is that the way you took it?
I'm pretty sure it's right.
Am I frozen?
No, you're not. Is Russ frozen?
Russ looks like he's frozen.
I think Russ
Yeah.
is frozen. There he goes. Yep.
No, I dropped them out. I just wanted to make sure that
Stacy said that you drank her coffee, Dad.
I must have. Are you back there, buddy? Nope. I think he's still.
Oh, yeah, oh,
Are you back, Russ?
I think so. It keeps lagging on me. And can you hear me?
yes.
I can hear you. You're
Frozen.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're frozen.
Yeah, it keeps lagging on me and kicking me
Okay.
out. So
Or it's good right now, I think.
Stevie
Yeah.
Lee.
Yeah.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
it keeps coming and going.
Thank you for stopping by, though,
Yes.
Stevie.
Um.
Awesome.
So
I know.
they're the cavalry. If you put it in the, am I correct in my assumption, Russ, that the Rohan, the Rohirrim, is the cavalry of the armies of Middle Earth?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, they're the ones that. I mean, that's their kind of their sole purpose, I guess, is they're there and ready. And I mean, they're one of the armies of men, you know, and because they have to light the beacons to get them to come, they are a part of the whole army. It's just they have to decide whether they're coming or not, obviously. So, but yeah.
Yeah, the whole idea was that the city of Gondor, which is the king of Gondor, is going to be Aragon. He is the heir to the city of Gondor, and Rohan was a part of Gondor at one point in time. They were granted their own lands, so the king of Rohan still falls under the auspice of Gondor. They don't have to. It's almost like a treaty, almost like the same thing as World War II. Once Poland was invaded, English and France went to war. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my gosh, Dad.
Same thing.
He's a
when-
history nerd.
I am.
He
We
can
got
talk
Emma.
about it for hours and not run out of a single thing to say.
We got LSU mom.
Hi.
LSU mom's in the house. Hi, Em.
Hello.
Emil. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a good movie. If you're reading the books in the Two Towers, the whole Shelob's lair, which is in the third movie, is actually in the second book.
Right.
But I think it was a good move for them to move Shelob's lair into the third movie. Again, the differences between the book and the movie is Frodo never meets Faramir in the books. Go ahead.
What's Shelob's lair?
That is the spider in the
spider.
third movie.
Spider.
In the third movie,
Oh, the
Oh,
spider.
the
Yeah,
spider and the
Shelob is the
lair.
spider.
Oh,
Right.
that spider
In
was
the-
creepy.
how did I not know that?
The
Did they ever
book
say that
itself,
movie?
huh?
Did they ever say that name in the movie?
I don't think
They might
I don't know if they
not.
ever do actually name her, but I can't remember.
I
I
got
remember Gollum referring just as her.
right.
Right. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They might not name
I'm
her.
I'm wanting to say that maybe one of the orcs may talk about
Might
her
have.
when they're finding Frodo. I can't remember when they find Frodo, but anyway.
But
I-
again,
I hated the spider thing too, Surfer Girl. Yuck.
that part of the movie in the book is in the second book, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
think, yeah,
Yeah.
and I think them moving all of that to the third movie gave it a little bit more intense of the third movie than if it would have stayed in the second movie, because then what after they get past Shelob and the lair, the whole job of Frodo and Sam is to walk from Shelob's lair to Mount Doom, and not very exciting as far as movie wise. So having that breaking up, meeting Faramir, I think it did make it a little bit interesting, only for the fact that now you see that they gave a reason why Gollum switched from helping them out to giving them, okay, these people betrayed me and I'm ready to switch back and take over and go crazy. So I think it was a good move on Peter Jackson's part. unlike the move he did for The Hobbit and making 3 movies instead of 2, where 2 would have been sufficient and 3 was a little bit overboard. But I don't think that was completely Peter Jackson's fault. I think the movie theaters and the company itself, Miramax, wanted 3 movies out of that Hobbit book. I mean, there's enough information. Like, if you've watched The Hobbit, there is no Legolas in Hobbit. There is, so all of that stuff to The Hobbit is added in to bring some of to get another movie out of it, I guess. Hi,
Franchise.
Griswold. Hi, Griswold family vacay. Welcome to the fan service. I think a lot of it is, and just like with Star Wars, I really think a lot of the prequels was a lot of fan service, especially the first movie in Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. To bring in C-3PO and R2-D2, I think was just fan service, which we're getting a lot of that with the Marvel movies, but a lot of it is fan service. And does it hinder the movie? Does that hinder the storytelling of the movie itself? Marvel, it hasn't been. There hasn't been any hindering of the storytelling by giving us fan service. I think sometimes it's too much for them to do that. But then again, I'm not the one sitting on the board saying I'd like to see this, or I'm not the director. I'm the one who actually gets to sit and watch the movie. And Peter Jackson is absolutely right. 20 years ago, he could never, ever have taken on, well, I'm sorry, not 20, 30, 40 years ago, you could not have taken on Lord of the Rings without it being an animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think what happens is they think you're going to make X amount of money for 2 movies. You're going to make exponentially this much more with 3 movies. That's what they're.
That's the hope anyway. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So did all 3 of the movies do equally as well?
For Lord of the Rings?
Which one? That?
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Oh, see, Lord of the Rings actually was nominated. The Return of the King was nominated for Emmy, for Oscars, where the first 2 movies weren't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, there was a build up too, so I mean, it's just, they had to create
Right.
that fandom,
Right.
from the first one to the third one. So
They also were like Star Wars itself. The original Star Wars trilogy came out in 77, 80, 83. So 3 years apart.
Right.
Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. They're 4 years apart. They came out in 96, 2000, 2004.
Mm-hmm.
The current Star Wars trilogy, they came out 2 years apart.
Yeah.
All right. Lord of the Rings, when Peter Jackson filmed this, he filmed all 3 movies at one time.
Right.
mm-hmm.
So when they put these movies out, all right, Noah, have a good day, buddy. When they put these movies out, they put them out once a year.
Oh.
So you got this movie this year, you got that movie the next year, and you got this movie, the third movie, and the final movie in the year after. So you had 3 years to build on that fan base and that fandom.
I believe they did the same for The Hobbit.
Did they?
They might have.
Because
Yes,
I remember
they-
I remember seeing the first movie. Which one of the movies? I saw one around Christmas. One of the movies was during Christmas time. Yes, was released. I believe so.
What, The Hobbit?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, one of the Hobbit movies.
And then I know you're going to yell at me for this, but didn't those movies come out around the same time Harry Potter did too, like the Sorcerer's Stone and stuff? Were they around the same time?
Some movies in the Harry Potter series came out in the Christmas time, but some of them came out in the summertime too. It just depends on when they came out.
Here, like the first Lord of the Rings came out, and then the Sorcerer's Stone came out, or no?
She's asking
No, I think that was
year-wise, not season-wise.
Right.
No,
Like, Harry Potter was out 10 years before. I don't think that's true, right?
no, not 10 years before. It was close, but it wasn't. I don't think they came. I don't think the first Lord of the Rings and the first Harry Potter movie was out at about the same time. If I'm not mistaken, I think by the third or fourth Harry Potter movie is when Lord of the Rings came out. I could be wrong. I'm not going to double check on it right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then again,
I was just curious.
if you look at the first two Harry Potter movies, they are not on par with the rest of the Harry Potter series itself.
Really?
Oh no, the first two. Well, Christopher Columbus got it started. Did a great two movies on the Harry Potter, but they're more kid friendly kid movies where you
Yeah.
get into the prisoner. Once you hit the Prisoner of Azkaban, you could see once they started bringing in a different director, and Christopher Columbus had a more of a producer side instead of the directorial side. You're seeing a totally different change in feel in the Harry Potter movies
Right.
as they got from third on.
Well, somebody
You
was
know?
saying it's because, like, so that the kids or whoever was the fans could kind of grow up and mature with the Harry Potter series. So as it progressed, they got a little bit darker and they got a little bit scarier, and So.
I prefer the beginning of the series. I only saw one of the movies in theaters, though, I believe,
Okay.
and that was the second Deathly Hallows.
Okay.
But when you're looking at like all right, so let's jump in. We've got about we'll finish the two towers next week. So we'll jump into a little bit of Harry Potter. Harry Potter itself, the third movie, Alphonse Cuarón, he directed the third movie, if I'm not mistaken, or I'm mispronouncing that name, which I do a lot. He wanted it to take and put a more serious feel to the movies, only for the fact that one, the first two movies, Hogwarts was set on flat land, where we have a couple of friends from England or the Great Britain area. They'll tell you that Scotland, the Highlands of Scotland is more mountainous, more hilly, where most of England itself is a little bit more flatter. So you could see the difference in how they even did the geography of Hogwarts itself had changed.
Dad,
Tracy,
read
the Harry
this.
Potter books
Yeah.
was geared
It's
to the
geared
ages of
towards-
Harry Potter. First book, Harry Potter, is 10, so it's written for 10-year-olds, so fourth on. So, well, it does make sense, but you can't beat the last book. That was a good one.
Deathly Hallows?
Oh yeah, I read that real quick.
See, I thought those two movies were just like, there was so much going on in those, and I was like, it was just really dark, I thought, and I don't know. I liked them, but I liked the first one better, I thought.
But then again, if you look at the Harry Potter books, the book 5, The Order of the Phoenix, I think was the biggest written book out of the series.
Really?
Which one?
Yeah. Order of the Phoenix. Year 5 is the thickest book and probably the longest written book. And there was, in the movie itself, there had to be a lot of things taken away from Order of the Phoenix to get it into that book itself.
Okay.
Because I think Order of the Phoenix is where you get the death of Sirius Black, which made Billy Joe cry.
Yeah.
Because she loved the character of Sirius Black.
Commissioner Gordon.
She said the movie was very disappointing regarding Sirius Black's death.
Well, yeah. Okay,
in the
so
book it's different, apparently. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Have you guys seen the book? Or you guys have watched Harry Potter Order of the Phoenix? Raise your hand if you've seen the movie.
If I've seen the book, yes.
All right.
Yes, I've seen the book.
All right. If you've seen have you seen the movie Harry Potter Order of the Phoenix? All right. Have you read the book?
He's kind of watching. I have not read the book.
Has anybody read the book of Order of the Phoenix? Okay. The death scene is in the book. In the movie, let's go with everybody have seen the book. Sirius Black.
Movie. Everyone has seen the movie.
Ah! Ah!
I live with this man.
How did he die in the movies?
In the movie, he is shot with an avacadabra spell,
Avada
and he falls through
By who?
and by Bellatrix Lestrange.
Oh.
It's all coming
Hits him
back.
with Avada, he falls
She hits
through.
him with Avada Kedavra. She hits Sirius Black. Sirius Black falls back into the arch.
Oh.
The arch.
As Dad falls back into the backdrop.
And he falls away.
In the book.
In the book,
Oh my god.
in the book, Bellatrix Lestrange hits Sirius Black with a stunning spell, which stuns him, and as he's stunned, he falls into the archway and disappears.
Oh.
So it leaves you to. I've seen Stacey Roger. I've seen the book. We own them all. Yes, I know. You see the book.
She's seen the book, sitting there on the bookshelf.
Yes, it sits right here. It looks very good. It just won't show me. So
What they say.
when you're reading the book, it really leaves the whole death of Sirius Black in a gray area. You don't know for sure because in the book he is only stunned, where in the movie he's hit with the Avada Kedavra or the killing spell.
So you know he's dead.
But he's not
So
really.
you know, yes, he's dead. He's dead.
He's in the fire.
Huh?
He's in the fire.
What fire?
He was talking to Harry through the fire, wasn't he?
That was in one of the earlier.
That's the first. That's the movie.
Yeah, that was
3.
That's an earlier
something
movie.
else.
I have seen many books.
I'm going to renege on that comment.
What's the comment?
About being in the fire.
That is in book 3. In book 3, his head appears in the fire. So when you're reading the book, the whole archway and the voices that you hear behind of Harry when he's reading when he's looking at the archway in the movie, you don't hear anything. But if you're reading the book, while he's staring at the archway, him and Luna Lovegood, who they called Luna,
Just say Luna.
Luna, they hear voices behind the curtain. So the whole idea is that archway is beyond the veil of death. That's the veil of death. That's what they were studying there. So once he was stunned and he fell through the veil of death, he dies. In the book,
He dies before he hits it.
No. In the book, he's stunned, falls through the arch.
In the movie, he dies before.
In the movie, he's killed with the Avada Kedavra, the killing spell, and then he falls through the veil. So you know in the movie he's dead. In the book, when you're reading it, it takes you a while to kind of comprehend that Sirius is dead. He's not coming back.
Anything in a book, it's explained. It's a little more drawn out.
Right.
So when I was reading The Book Thief, I'm assuming everybody here knows what The Book Thief is. If you don't, you didn't read it in English, and you're probably not going to read it now, so I don't care about spoiling it. But when you find out that Rudy is dead in The Book Thief, absolute, like, everybody in my English class had a meltdown because, yeah, you know, he's like this 8-year-old boy who's dead. But in the movie, it's a little different because they give Rudy like a last few words, and it's like different. So when you're reading something, it hits a little different than it does in a movie, especially a character's death.
Yeah.
So we just hit 5 o'clock, Dad.
Yep, we did hit 5 o'clock.
I want to say keep going or not.
No, I think we're going to wrap up tonight. So next week we are going to we're going to hit the rest of Twin Towers. Russ, you're welcome to join us. I think
next week is Easter, right?
Next week is Easter. We're going to
after next week.
We're all going to be locked in the house anyway, so.
True.
So plenty of time to watch the third movie.
Yes,
plenty of time to watch the third movie on Easter Day.
It's definitely what we'll be doing.
So in 2 weeks we'll be back again.
I'm sure there will be a marathon somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh, true.
Oh. Yeah.
So is it on Kenzie's stream next week?
No, I think it's on Desire Dream because it was on my stream last week.
Oh,
It
okay.
doesn't-
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We can.
Yeah,
do
we'll figure it out.
We'll hold it on your stream, and you guys, if everybody gets a chance, there's links to each of our pages down in the description out there. If you have a chance, give us a like on this stream if you have not done so far. I appreciate the time and effort that you guys came over and hung out with us. Kenzie Days, do you have anything coming up?
We have the Progressive Meal collab videos are going up tomorrow. So check out my channel, Diz Our Dreams channel, Lena's channel, Stevie Lee, and Lady Jamer's channels. Because we will all be posting videos tomorrow for Progressive Meal collab.
Yep.
Mine is a little boring. It's 2 minutes long and it's about making coffee. So everyone else's videos are a little more interesting than mine.
This is our dream.
What you got
Other
coming
than
up?
you.
Well, we
What
have
you got?
our, like Kenzie said, that collab video. I know we have some restaurant videos from Disney World. I think we should start maybe posting some of those like restaurant reviews that we've done that we haven't posted yet.
We should just live stream me painting because that's like 24/7.
I think he's done painting, so. But
I'm gonna have arms like I'm gonna be like the Karate Kid when I'm done with this.
Ralph Macchio, bro.
Nobody's gonna be able to touch me. Wax on.
Wax on, wax off.
You won't be able to touch me.
so,
Russ, do you have anything coming up?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably this afternoon when I get off here, gonna go make a strawberry shortcake and film that. And it's a very quick and easy thing, and stuff that you probably have around your house. That's just very simple. Go to and probably post that next weekend. And then also was asked to come up with some kung fu instructional stuff. So I'll be doing some of that wax on, wax off. And do some stuff for like exercise and for some meditation type stuff and just relaxation type stuff for when we're stuck in the house.
right.
So yeah, I'm going to be working on that kind of stuff. Then I think actually this evening, I got to find out for sure, but I think Dean from Live Place is going to be hosting some game night stuff, and I might be on there tonight. We're going to be playing like Quiplash and things like that. So
Nice.
should be fun.
Awesome.
All right. Me, just pay attention. I know right now I've been trying to do on a Thursday afternoon at 4 o'clock before Dreaming with the Mouse comes on. So me and Kenzie in the last 2 weeks have sat down and
Talk
spent some
about
father.
randomness.
Yes, we talked about
had
father-daughter randomness, and that's probably what I'll probably call it. for a
Father-daughter
while.
randomness, yeah. It
So
works.
thank you all. Thank you all for showing up again. If you haven't so already, give us a like. Make sure you visit Kenzie Days, Diz Our Dreams, and Russ Stapleton. Thank you guys. Have a good night, and see you next 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, next week. Enjoy your Easter.
Yes.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Bye.
And then we dance out.
Yes, it's all about